Hey, you guys. This is your girl, Queen 318 Red, educated Deeper House of Queens TV. And we're going to get into some more of Nature Boy, Carbonation, and all his evil, narcissistic, controlling, mind manipulating ways. Um, if you guys was not aware of the situation that happened with Mama Dia, I believe, this is my opinion. This is only my opinion, that when she was there into the group, she had some ground rules, and things was not out of control. And I wasn't there, so I can't speak on it. So I'm only speaking on what I have seen. So, like I said, this is my opinion only, that when she was there amongst the group, that things was not so crazy and hectic, and energies was not, just all over the place. It had like because she was an older lady, and also, before I get into this, um, if her family members or people that know her or someone close to her, by me doing this content again, my commentary, it's no way of bringing up old wounds that have healed. I know you can't put a time limit when someone's grieving. I'm just shedding light on this, how he handled the situation, because I have experienced um, someone passing away. I lost both of my fathers, and I'm still grieving to this moment in my life. Certain scents, certain images, there's certain things would trigger me, and I just break down and crying. And like, people around me like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, I was driving my car one day, and I keep my I have a photo. It's like on a, like how you put it on your shirt, pin it on your shirt. I got his image pinned it on like a little pendant, but I got it in my car, and I got it on my mirror so it hangs down. And I was driving, I was going somewhere, and I was at the stoplight, and I just looked up, because where his picture is at. I also have like a lot of crosses, you know, hanging around my mirror as well. And so I was at the stoplight, and I went to go fix the cross because it was turning backwards. And so I just looked at it, wiped a little dust off the picture and whatever, and that's me touching it. And I just broke down crying as soon as I touched his picture, his image. I just broke down crying. I didn't know where it came from. You know, I don't know. Maybe it was his spirit telling me that he was here. I don't know. I just broke down crying because, like I said, that his image is in my car every day. I wipe it down every day or every other time I get in my car. And so that moment I just broke down crying. So you can't put a time limit on when someone's grieving. So by me saying that, is this is not to disrespect her family, her friends, and her loved ones. I'm shedding light on how Elikio Bishop, Nature Boy, handled the situation. He didn't handle Miss Mama Dia with loving and caring. From what they said, how she was a loving, caring person, and she brought a lot of, you know, the wisdom of her years of her living to the group. And so he said that he loved her and he cared for her, and she was the mama of, of the group. And how he, since he don't have his mother, it may brought a little type of, you would say, a mother figure to his life. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there. I only know what was presented to us on social media. So, again, if anyone is, triggered by anything that you see or hear, my apologies. Please jump off this, um, content, this video, image, whatever you want to call it, and view another one of my uploads, if you will. People who are here for the first time, welcome, 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 welcome. I hope you enjoy the content that I make on my channel. You guys are my family, guys. I love all you guys, my kings and my queens from every age that is over here, that is viewing my content. Like I said, I'm not a spiritual leader. I'm not a healer. I don't give you guys my life experience and try to apply it to my content. Um, so if you resonate anything that I say and apply it, thank you. Again, I'm not a spiritual leader, healer, teacher. I just give you guys knowledge of the life experiences that I have lived and try to apply them in a positive way, not a negative way. And I also say, and some of my content, my past molded and it molded me and guided me to the woman that I am today. My past will not deflect in a bad entity on the person and the growth that I have experienced today. So let's just get into, also, please like this content so it can push me through the algorithm so everyone can experience and enjoy my content, like people that are viewing my content. So you thumbs up my um, content, it will push me out through the algorithm, and other people can also experience and enjoy my content. And I would very, very, very much appreciate it. And thank you so much for supporting me and viewing my content so, so, so much. And so, happy Easter, everyone. And for those people who are not able to experience a healthy and happy Thanksgiving like the children that's out here in the world, God, please send the way that you will to give them comfort, the women and the men, and also the children that was not able to have a meal, a house, warm clothing, things that you have blessed me with. I am not wealthy. I am comfortable, but the people that are not in a position to have the things that you have blessed me with, Father God, please, in your way, show them that they are loved. Touch their bellies. Keep them safe in your name. And we love you. And thank you for all that you have done and given to me. So let's get into Miss Mama Dia and her journey, her short-lived journey that she was when she experienced over there at with Ezekiel Bishop Nature Boy, and she was a very beautiful, beautiful woman. I think she's from Honduras, and so I just wish that I'm gonna be jumping in and out, give you guys my commentary as the video go. So I hope you guys take heed to the message that I'm going to be giving you guys throughout this content.
So happy to be able to do that. There's something. Oh, look at it. It's beautiful. Yes. This is how I woke up in my tent this morning. Look at right here. Cut the ends off. The dead ends. The part that I have to take them off so it can do what it needs to do. Yes, so just detach yourself and leave Babylon because she has already been judged. And if you don't want to, she will judge her. Yeah, do what is right. Give your pot back to the earth. Give your water back to the earth. Get closer to the sun. Eat right. And love yourself. I'm learning. It's a process. Take care reflections. Here's my transformation from this morning. It's all gone. All this is natural. It'll do what it's supposed to do naturally. So I'll take you on my journey with my locks. Yes, it's beautiful. It feels so good. I feel so good. Yeah. You can do it too. It'll grow back. It'll grow back better, naturally. And sorry it took this long, but it's okay. I did it. My life journey has been interesting. Uh, Looking back from a little girl, it's been a spiritual quest the whole time, really, with a few bumps, which all life. This earth is an experience. We're here to experience, to live life, but a dream. But I remember as a teenager. I remember a teenager. I tried to grow some dreadlocks. My mom tried to cut them off. I ran out the apartment, down the block. She chased me. Oh, that was funny. Oh my God, my whole life. But anyway, I got involved with Benai Zakin, Sons of the Ancient Israelites, at an early age. My life.
That is so, so beautiful. That scenery, getting in tune and in touch with nature, your land. I mean, when people decide to get in tune, and you won't call the world that you're in Babylon if you don't know the meaning of it. So I'm going to say this worldly world. So when you go and try to find your inner self and get your inner peace and get away from all the toxic people and negative energy, and you're not over there with all the chemicals and everything, all the this a lot of things in this world, so you over there, you in touch with yourself, you're feeling better, and it's just a different headspace. But that is just so peaceful. But when you over there and you're trying to get in tune and touch with yourself, you need to surround yourself with people that's going to, if you want to call them a leader, a teacher, Are they teaching you something that's going to help you and apply to your day living, or is it just bullshitting you because it sounds good? So when she was over there, like I said, she was the mother figure for all of them. We don't know if she wanted to stay or leave. She didn't say anything negative on her lives, but maybe he wasn't showing himself like that. Maybe this was the beginning of him coming to what he's coming into. Because I don't think that how this lady, and I know she seemed like a very smart, educated, intelligent woman, that she wouldn't allow the BS and surround herself with BS. She seems like a smart, intelligent woman, and I'm quite sure, like how he talked to the women now, I'm for sure, for certain, that he didn't raise his voice at her. He didn't disrespect her. He didn't get out of character with her. He probably didn't even do disrespect or treat the women badly around her. Because if he did, I'm quite sure she would have left.
Healed, and you will be healed.
I'm going to fast forward that right here because that's him talking about and recording her family members and stuff like that. And I think that was so totally out of line and whack.
And the knowledge that I speak, you're going to attack the divine truth. The thing about moving, you're going to heal your DNA. If you get closer to the tropics to get that direct sun, it will help you heal, and it will heal you. And naturally, there's a fear, especially if you're going somewhere you've never been before, or you don't have any family there. You know, this might be something on your mind as well. And people who are retired or maybe living on a fixed income, just want to let you know that your income will go longer, go um yeah, will go longer here because it's reasonable to live here. Rent isn't expensive, and my suggestion is that you hook up with someone else. If you are an older person, and you feel that you don't think you could leave your family or something like that, you're vibrating to this frequency. Your heart is in your DNA to leave, to do the right thing, to get on the right path, and do what is right. To the tropics, between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, you are going to heal yourself. I've been here 2 months and a week. And when I first came, I took like half of my medicine, half of the pills, and I skipped days, a couple of days at a time, and take half. And then, like in 2 weeks, I wasn't taking any. And it's been 3 months now, and I haven't had any effects. Before I did that when I lived in America, and oh my goodness, it took 3 weeks, and I couldn't even hardly walk up the block. That's how bad that was. But evidently, my body has been healing, and it's been 3 months. And I just wanted to share that, for those who might be ill or worried about making that transition, to the tropics. All you have to do is to have direct deposit. You can use your debit card here and to get money, to pay. for your housing, food, and things like that, you know. If you worried about leaving your family, well, you know, you can't be afraid. If you, when you want to do, when you're on the righteous path, when you want to do what's right, you have to put trust, you know, faith in the universe to take care of you, and it will. But you have to have faith. I think the important thing too here in coordination is that we put our morals and principle over desires. You know, when I first stopped eating meat, I desired to eat it because that's what all I knew. But then the morals and principle have to come over what we desire and do what is right. And so I just thought that was good. Yeah, absolutely. The transition for you has been good. Oh, definitely. Yeah, you should talk about it. My health, I've had high blood pressure. I'm still overweight, but I'm working on that. And I was taking medication for my heart, but I don't have that anymore. I've been grounded, eating the right on the B6 diet, so that has helped me.
They knew what was going on, and they informed us that they understood that she had heart condition for 30 years. And with taking that heart medicine, it probably messed up her heart in a way where it was irreversible. So she went to sleep and went into her next reality and transition. How beautiful is that? With a smile on her face. Pray that you be able to leave that way. She was happy. It's unfortunate that it happened in our camp. Most people would love to blame that on me, and I understand it. But like we said, we were doing everything that was supposed to be done. We got the autopsy. She had a heart condition, and it was irreversible. She had it for 30 plus years. Now, if you know about heart medicine, then you know that heart medicine destroys the heart and its arteries and all of that. And if it was the B6 diet, then a lot of people be dropping dead here. And it just would be, it wouldn't be, it's too many people on the B6 diet. You know.
And again, why people blame him for her passing? It's like this. When you're have health conditions and then you're trying to let's take Dr. Sabi for example. When he does his teachings and his healing methods, and if you're sick and you have health issues, he have medicine where you can take, which it is earth based. And he actually, if you guys do not know about Dr. Sabi, you need to open your eyes and go research that man, because he did some wonderful things. He had the government that came after him and he won his case. He was not a educated man, but he got all these cures, and he cured HIV, heart disease, um, cancer. He cured a lot of things. So by me saying that is that she had heart problems, and she probably went over there. So she heard about him, or not she heard about him, but she wanted to apply what he was saying by him saying that he can cure this and cure that. So she probably got tired of taking that medication. I don't know anyone that take heart medicine. So she probably got tired. I don't know the side effects of it. So she probably got tired of taking that medication, probably every day, and how it make her body feel, and then probably gaining weight, and being a woman, you get insecurities about your body and stuff like that. It's like I said, she's an older woman. She's a beautiful woman, but so when he said he's a healer, so that probably jumped out to her and said, okay, if he's a healer, maybe he can heal my health condition. So um, by her being on that medication, and he not actually a medical doctor or have medical practice, he keeps jumping out and saying he can do this and he can do that, and he can't do a motherfucking thing. So you don't have to go to a college or medical school to do certain things. Like I said, Dr. Sabi, he didn't go to school to do the stuff that he did. He was just, you know, experiment with things, and he applied it, and he maybe, I don't know if he had people that, okay, test this and see if that work or whatever. I don't know that. So like I said, Dr. Sabi was not board certified, but he had the right people around him, and he had the right herbs and fruits and stuff like that to, and he applied it, he formulated, got it, and healed it and cured it. Unlike Nature Boy, he keeps saying that he's this and that and the third, but don't have not one person or a, a herb or a oil that can back the bullshit that you say. The things that he say, it sounds good, and that's why I don't know why people keep surrounding themselves with his bullshit. Because it's one thing to say that you are a spiritual healer and you applied it and someone actually got healed, then to actually know someone that said that they're a spiritual healer and they actually got healed. So by them blaming him for her passing is because she was on medication and she stopped taking them. I know she's a grown woman and they're all adults, but they act like children. Well, some children act better than this, so I can't call them children. But you can make someone take their medicine, but for her to be around you, you should take the initiative and say, I know you're grown and I'm here for you. I care for you and I love you. And I just want to make sure that, I'm not nagging you or I'm not trying to be controlling. I just want to see if you ain't gotta even say all that. I just want to make sure you take your medicine today. Um I I heard about this fruit, or I heard about this plant. Maybe it can um help for a substance. We're not telling you not to take your medicine, but maybe it can be a substitute, so you ain't gotta take your medicine every day for the side effects. You didn't do that. He just put out a whole bunch of BS telling people, oh, I healed this and I healed that, without anything backing what he said. So that's why my opinion that he was blamed and the people around him for her passing, because she did have a condition. She did come over there, and like I fast forwarded of the text messages that he showed us, which that was not for us to view. That was something personal that she sent to him, and then the recordings that he recorded was something personal between them two. So that was not our business. So if you do want to hear it and read it, please go, and it's on, let me see, the T YouTube channel, because this is the content I'm using. A shout out to the T. So yeah, so that's my personal opinion on why I think that he is getting blamed for it, because she came to your group, she sought out to you, and you said you was a healer, and she had a condition, a medical condition, and you didn't apply what you should have applied with your false preaching, your false healing. So That's my personal opinion on why I think that he's getting blamed, and he is to blame because he said he was a healer. And if you take medicine every day, sometimes 3, 4 times a day, you get tired of taking those pills every day, multiple times a day. And you try to seek out a better way or something in, in a place of it, you know? So that's just my opinion. Let's get back into it. And if you're here, still here, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, if you're still here, go ahead and thumbs up this content, please, 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 please. I love all you guys. Thank you guys for supporting me. And let's get back into it.
Oh, you can't say it was a die. You can't blame it on us. Babylon will tell you this person died, and then you cry, oh my God, they died. And then what? That is not honor. Honor is when you hold the creed and what that person stood for every day. We are Mama Dia. We honor Mama Dia. Honor to hold to esteem. Who is Mama Dia? Christ conscious. The Christ conscious is here. What she stood for. So many people want to care once they're not there. Ain't that crazy? You're nobody till something happens to you till you're no longer there. But when she was here, no one worried. Not saying her family didn't reach out to her and care about her. I never knew Mama Dia had a sickness. You a lying ass nigga, bro. She came here happy as hell like everybody else in here. You gonna tell me what happened with my shit? You yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about my life here. And I'm right here in front of you. How are you gonna sit there and talk about my life to me? Okay. And there's a lot of things that I have out there that are misunderstandings. And I'm willing to explain them if you're willing to understand them. But if you're gonna take your side of the story and gonna tell me what's happening in my life, that shit is crazy. How the hell I'm gonna tell you what happened in your life? Because I'm a liar. Or you gonna believe your pharaoh about what happened in my life? Nigga, you out your goddamn mind. I can explain everything that's happening in my life from my perspective because it happened to me. You can't tell me what the fuck happened in my life. Who the hell are you? I was here. You wasn't. You just using some goddamn allegories. He said, she said, to come up with some theory. But I'm going at the facts. So when she died, why you didn't tell nobody at first? Because we had to make sure we contacted the family. We had to make sure we did a lot of things. What the fuck does it look like? Oh, she died. Why you print out that fake? Why you print out that fake death certificate and fill it out yourself? You got this. Let's get it. Let's get what paperwork at. Wait. Oh yeah, I know your phone. Let's get it. Pull it out. We got the files. Pull it out. Here it is. Why y'all send your own naked? I know you printed that out on Google. You printed that out on Google. We didn't print this shit out on Google. Look at that shit. You can pull that up blank. You can pull that up blank, bro. What you talking about, bro? I'll pull that up right now. You wouldn't know, would you? You wouldn't know. You wasn't here. Okay.
Okay, guys, my apologies, my apologies, my apologies. The things that you heard in here, like I said, things in here are very sensitive to some people, and it's not my intent to trigger anyone on this sensitive subject. And if you are triggered, my apologies, my apologies. And so, what you just heard when they said that he sent her home nude, that was disrespectful on so many levels. It's just how he handled it and how he was treating her, this woman that, I mean, from what I heard about her, that she was a very loving and caring person. She didn't deserve to go out like that. And he's okay. Even though she was in his group or whatever, he still wasn't a family member. She didn't give him power of attorney over her body and her life. You can say, oh, he's my spiritual leader, he's my spiritual teacher, and I follow his whatever. But by law, he did not get access to her death certificate or her autopsy. He printed them things. He fabricated them, put it like that, because he wanted to let people think show people or to lure people in a different direction on no, I did do this, I did do that. And so we really don't know how she actually passed away. And what my opinion, from what I know, is that she had a heart condition and she wasn't taking her medication. And if you guys know different, please let me know in the comment section, and so I can change in what I said if I am wrong. If I am wrong, my apologies. I can be corrected, and I would love to be corrected if I am wrong on this subject. So, him and young Pharaoh, this when young Pharaoh was still for the people, by the people, nothing but the people. He was trying to check him on all his lies that he keep putting on social media. And if you don't want social media to have their opinion about something that you said and did, then stop putting it on social media. But when people do post on social media, we post things not for your opinion. We post because we might be in our feelings, something that we loved, and we want to share it. Some people do want your opinion, but not all. It depends on what you post in that moment.
Okay. You would not. I know she did. I know she died. I know she died because you told her it was all in her mind. The truth. So how did Mama Dia die? Mama Dia died because she had heart surgery. Mama Dia. Was the original. I believe it was original because I don't got way to make a copy. There's no ways to make a copy at all because at the end of the day, we in the jungle. We was in the jungle, so there was no way to make a copy. So either way.
But you also had a MacBook. But you also had a Mac desktop, if I'm not mistaken, so you could easily make a
lady. When they fly the body off, they threw it from the coroner. They know what happened to her. Yo, her family knows what happened.
Hold on. Let's bring it down. I know comment section. Throw them purple hearts in the comments. We're gonna bring the energy down. We're gonna bring it down. We're gonna control it. You know what I'm saying? Bring everybody back down to earth. You know what I'm saying? Keep everything cool and calm. The two brothers, they respect me as a goddess, so I would ask you to do the same. That's what we do around here. Now, I'm going to unmute you, but I do want to get into this death certificate. Since you were in the jungle with cameras, phones, Wi-Fi, so you didn't have a printer, so you did not make a copy.
I didn't make a copy, ma'am.
Okay, so with that original, go ahead.
Yo, listen, lady, I don't got no reason to sit up here and lie to you. I'm coming on here to tell you what happened because it's her family. I want her family member to know what the hell happened. I don't got time to play these games and y'all sitting on these panels playing with my name. Y'all can do that. That's all. When I come on here, I'm trying to tell you the truth and give it to you. You can do whatever you want with that. You can do whatever you want with my image, whatever little clips and pictures and all that stuff people be saying. That stuff don't matter. I tell you the direct truth. Just like when I got on this panel, these two fellas, they know me. No matter what you hear about people, there's always another side of the story. Okay? And I know you might get a following or you might get some views off my name, but there's always more to the story. You understand? So get the full side of the story before you just be assuming things that are true what you hear. I'm giving you my side, and then you can do whatever you want with that. I'm only doing that out of respect for our family member because I want them to know exactly what happened.
Okay, and my last question for the moment is, with that death certificate, since you do not have that original death certificate, since you did just say that you had the
pretty sure we gave it to her family.
You gave it to her family. Are you pretty sure? Is it a yes or no or maybe?
We gave add to her family with the property that with other property she had. Okay. When they got her, they had all her stuff, like, period. Okay. How I found, okay, she died in a tent. People don't know that she died at night. It was like, she died throughout the night, so I guess she died. Someone's on medication and they're coming to the tribe, but they say they don't want to take the medication. You should really, ask further questions, because that person is in your life now, and that person, it's their life. You know what I'm saying? But it's also your life. So if someone comes into your reality, if someone comes into your personal space and says, I don't want to take medication or whatever, you should be like, okay, well, why don't you want to take this medication? Is there a reason? And even on top of that, what are your conditions? What's going on? Let's get the details behind, why, and what you're even taking the medication for, before you just make a decision and you're in my personal space, because this could be something that could be costly down the road, and if I had done my own due diligence, and if I had been more attentive and more aware, and more paying attention to the details, I would have asked those questions, and I definitely would have had a voice and had spoken up, but I didn't, and that's something right there that I hold myself accountable for, because, I definitely should have, spoken up in those moments. He does not allow people to have medical attention there. And this is why Mama Dia passed away when she was there in carbonation, because nobody is being taken care of properly. Everybody's being fucked mentally, but the physical body is like not even a factor. But you was the statutory influence of why her life ended the way that it did. You influenced her to stop taking her medications. Whether she said that shit verbally out of her mouth that she wanted to stop taking them or not, my nigga, you were the culprit.
And see, I don't respect what she's doing in this moment. Now that she's not in his leadership group, cult, whatever you want to call it. Because if she knew this at the time that that lady was sick and she had medication to be taken within every hour or every day, every other day, and he allegedly told her not to take it, that's a Babylon medicine. It's of the Babylon world. And if she knew that and she's saying it now, Velvet, you a punk ass bitch for that shit. Because if you knew this, that means you're blaming him for her passing, right? Okay, that's what I heard. And I'm gonna rewind it too. So if he was coaching her not to take her medicine and it may cause her to pass away, and you had knowledge of that and you didn't say nothing, but you said it now since you're not in his leadership or guidance or his mind control, you a punk ass bitch for that. Because that could have saved, that's someone's mother, someone's daughter, someone's sister, auntie, cousin, whatever. And you sit there and watch it go down and didn't say nothing. At that point, y'all wasn't having all the toxic and verbal and physical abuse at that time. You wanted to be under a man or whatever reason you wanted to be under him. But for you now to come out and say this, I can't respect that. So, because you want to say it now to try to clear your conscience, to make you feel like you doing something good, to make you feel better to sleep at night, knowing that you had a role to play in of this woman passing. Oh, so I said it. Whew, I finally said it. I guess my conscience is clean now. I'm glad it's over with. I finally said it. No, you should have said it back then when you seen it, when her daughter came seeking for answers. Everybody was on mute. When the authorities came to ask questions, even though that was your man, that was your man, girl, your leader, you still could have said something without throwing him under the bus. So why you feel like you want to say something now?
Actually influenced her to stop taking her medication. You dumb ass nigga. That's why she passed away the way she did. Zoka baby passed the way she did because you had a whole nother intention for her child. You didn't give a fuck about her. You didn't give a fuck about her child. All you gave a fuck about was how you was gonna get rid of that baby so that you could fuck Zoka and potentially get her pregnant. This lady came to me. She came to me one day. I swear to God.
And see this part right here, I really feel right here on what she's gonna say. I felt it when I first seen it. The other one, the one we did previously, she was just trying to throw him under the bus and be mean and throw throw jabs at him. But in this moment right here, I really feel deep down in my soul, in my spirit, that she wanted forgiveness. She was truly sorry. And if she can turn back the hands of time, she would. In this moment, right there. Because you have people are good actors, people are really good crybabies. But you can, if you know, you know. You can tell the fake from the real. But I believe, I truly believe, right here, she was very remorseful. She was very sorry. She wanted forgiveness, not just only from her, from Miss Mama Dia's family, but from God. And I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. Because I believe right here in this moment, she was very, very sorry. And she wished it did not happen. She wished that she could have said something, did something. But hey, life teach you lessons and you're going to grow from it, or it's going to kick your ass.
Right all day that day. I didn't know what to tell lady. Excuse me. And she said, and I'm going to talk about this on another live because this is another topic. She came to me and she said, at the time, she called me, Nana, I believe. She said, my leg is hurting. And I said, have you been taking your medicine? Because I knew that, well, before she came, Nature Boy had a conversation with her. I was always outside these conversations. I never did these conversations that he had with other women. When she came, I only knew bits and pieces. I knew she took medicine for her condition. And so when I asked her, was she taking her medicine? She said, yeah, I'll take it every now and then. But only when I feel like I need to. So in that moment, I told her, I was like, well, if you took your medicine and you still feeling, some kind of way, I think you should just ground. That's what I told her. I said, you should ground. You should just ground. And I said, or if you really feel like something is wrong, you should talk to Nature Boy because he has the control. He has the authority. There was nothing that I could have did for Mama Dear other than go to Nature Boy and tell her she needs to go to the hospital. So when I told her that, she knew she couldn't go, or she felt like she couldn't go. I felt her fear of going to Nature Boy and even talking to him about taking her to the doctor or taking medicine, whatever it is that she needed, and she didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing, and by the time you know it, she passed away. A couple days later from that, and initial moment when she told me that her leg was hurting. And I'm not no nurse, so I don't. If somebody come to me with some medical situation, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what's going on with them. And you know what? You know what? You know fucking what? I was pregnant. I was pregnant when Mama Deal was there. And that lady took care of me. I swear to God, that lady took care of me. And it wasn't no take care of me because she wanted to get close to Nature Boy. She took care of me because she seen what I was going through. That lady was an Aquarius. That lady was an Aquarius Sun Cancer moon just like me. That lady had the same heart that I had. She didn't want none of that. She didn't want none of that shit to go on in combination, none of it. And she did what she could. But before she could even leave, she passed away because of Nature Boy's negligence. Because of Nature Boy's negligence. Denisha Melinda just got out the hospital off of her deathbed because of Nature Boy. Because of him. Not because of me. Not because of somebody else. Not even because of her, but because of him. Because of the shit he put her through. Yeah, she might have agreed to going through it and being in it and shit like that, but it's not those people.
It's my family. We at the waterfall. We made it over to the rock. There's a rock somewhere. Not the rock. Family frequency, and here's my frequency. Yeah. Okay, it's time for Mama Dear to get in. I can't take a full picture myself, but here you go. Family's frequency. And look at the frequency I'm on, you guys. Shit, you can't beat this. See? Whoa.
Oh, I hope I don't get copyright for that. I forgot about that, y'all. I hope I ain't got to go and edit this out. I'm trying to get to this part with her daughter, and that's where I want to leave off at, you guys. Okay, this is her daughter. This is Mama Dia's daughter. I'm not sure if she's gonna say her name or not. She's gonna give her thoughts and opinions on how Nature Boy handled her mother, how he treated the situation, all the bad things and that he said and he was doing, and this woman's mother. That's because your mama was a nothing ass bitch. She didn't give a fuck about you. She cared about her mama, and her mother cared about her children. she stayed in contact. As we've seen, there was love in amongst that family, unlike the household that you was brought up in. Can't say raised, brought up in. So I feel for her. My heart goes out to this woman because her mom did not pass away in her bed at home, peacefully surrounded by family and friends, or at a hospital surrounded by family and friends. No, she died in a worldly place with strangers that she thought that cared about her, that loved her. And how they treated her after she passed away, and how if you love me, and you say you love me, you care for me, you would treat the people that care about me and love me the same way. But obviously, he don't care about nobody but himself. And so, like I said, back then, the way he is now, it wasn't so much full throttle, but it was there. It was there. It's over the years, it got more aggressive, more aggressive. So let's just hear um, her speak about how he treated the situation. I'm trying to do it so I won't. Let me do it like this. Until we get to the part that is going to come to. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is, you guys. That is so beautiful. Okay, like I said, this is her daughter. She's gonna sit here and share things with you guys. So if you guys are here, still here, thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and thumb up the video. If you also here and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe if you want to. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for the support. Go ahead and leave a comment. Give me your opinion about the situation. And yeah, I love all you guys. Queen 318 Red, what you gotta do? How's Queen TV? Let's get it. Let's go.
Hello, my name is Isette. My mother was Mama Dia Magdalena. I don't talk very much about something so personal to people outside of my family and close friends. This is a very painful process to go through, and the healing is different for everyone. So there's a lot of healing that has to happen within my own family, with my husband and our kids, with my mom's brother, sister, aunties, uncles, primos, cousins, everyone, nieces and nephews, uncles and aunties, and the family and friends that she had. So everyone is healing in a different way. And you may find that we don't speak about this online because, number one, priority is family, tending to the living, and honoring the dead and those who have passed, and taking care and attending to any of the needs that arise related to that. That's number one priority. And so any energy or time able to give emotionally has been directed in those directions. I understand that a lot of people want to know lots of information online about what happened with my mother. She passed away in 2018 in June after being with a group, a U.S. citizen-based group that travels throughout Central America. They call themselves Carbon Nation or Melanation, and the members change frequently. And you may have read or seen stories of people that leave there in horrible conditions. She arrived there in April of 2018, and by the end of June of 2018, we received a phone call in the morning from Eligio Bishop, stating that my mother had passed away during the night. And so that is what happened to my mom that year.
She was only there for 2 months, you guys. Maybe a month and a half, whatever. But 2 months, April, June, yeah, 2 or 3 months in a short span of time. And like she said, I don't know if I got to that part yet, because while getting out this content, I'm over here making my candles and stuff like that. So, and then my home decor. So I don't know if we got to that part yet or not, but she stated that her mom, when she was going over there, um, her mom got 2 months of medicine, worth of medicine. So, while she was gonna be over there. So if anything occurred or happened, she would have to go to the doctor to get more medicine, maybe, or I don't know. But she was not even over there that long. Wow. And he won't call himself a fucking healer.
Thing related to that, we have spent our time and energy in trying to resolve. But I think people outside of our family are all left wondering what happened and what the details were. Like I said, this is an emotional topic to talk about, and so you will not have seen us online. My brother and I miss my mom very much, and in fact, likely that he and I have felt the pain the most out of everyone affected, which is why you've also seen and heard from us the least, because we have a lot of healing internally to do. And anytime you lose someone, that is not something that can be timelined or tracked or planned for. So many would say, well, why hasn't anyone spoken out already? Well, we've all been busy as a family healing and communicating and doing a lot. Just that people don't see that. And some will say, well, why is someone saying something now? Well, healing takes its own time to happen. And action always comes first. And then you inform. So I'm just going to share a little bit of information to help share the facts for those of you who perhaps were moved by my mom, Magdalena, also known by my mom, Dia. And some of you were maybe inspired by her or cared for her in a different way. And so essentially, in July of 2018, beginning of the month, I had contacted the Honduran consulate in Mexico, which is standard protocol. If someone who is traveling overseas or out of the country encounters a crime or a situation, such as my mom did, she passed away, and the report officially says through heart issues. However, the details of what caused those issues have not really been shared by the individuals that were there with my mom. And so certain questions haven't still been answered. In addition to that, all of her belongings and items have not been returned, and in fact, they have refused to return them. And so, as my mom was traveling with this U.S.-based group named Carbonation, led by Eligio Bishop, and with a variety of other members and names who I will share in a moment. But as she was traveling with them, since she passed away and is a Honduran citizen, then, I contacted the consular. And so what we stated was, I want to file a report with the Honduran consulate due to some disturbing facts in this case. My mother, a Honduran citizen, died in Palenque, Chiapas, Mexico, while traveling. The associate she was traveling with is named Eligio Bishop, and he turned her into the morgue in Chiapas, Mexico, without clothing, just her body. And he has stolen and kept all of her ID, passport, phone, and items, including clothing, jewelry, and any possessions that she had while she was traveling with him. Eligio has refused to turn them in, upon me asking many times. to return the item of the individual, my mom, who passed away. It seems like a standard procedure to do. And when someone keeps those, that is theft. In addition to that, Alicia recorded the phone calls when calling each of us to tell us that our mother had passed away. He recorded when he called my mom's best friend, which we didn't know at the time that he was recording our phone calls. But as he contacted my mom's best friend, myself, my brother, my mom's husband at the time, and other family members, he recorded their phone calls. In addition to that, which doesn't make sense to me at all, which we did not know at the time, he called us to say that my mom passed away and we were trying to get information. But he had been recording our calls from the beginning. In addition to that, he's been playing those recordings live as a stream on his social media channels, whether that was YouTube or Facebook. This was in 2018, weeks after my mom passed away. He's playing these online as a public stream for people to listen into. Eligio, as well as Rambo, Natural, Velvet, Shiva, Tron, they were all individuals that were there. And when I asked for anyone's real name, I kept getting all these nicknames. So I asked Rambo for his real name and he would not give it. So I'm on the phone with individuals that my mom was staying with and who had seen her last, and no one was willing to give me information. In any case, they said they spoke with police about her death, my mother's death. But when I asked for a name of the officer or a copy of the report, Rambo said that he didn't have one. He didn't get a name or a police report number or a name of the officer that he spoke to. So in addition, I also want to know how I can file a police report in Chiapas for theft of her belongings, as well as further questions as to what my mother was doing the day she passed away, the days leading up to, because after repeatedly asking on the phone what my mom was doing the days leading up to, because she usually asks for assistance or she has some sort of signs or symptoms, and so my husband and I have been asking for that information. They all stated that they cannot talk about that right now. They said there was no time to talk about that and that we needed to hurry up and take care of the body, which they were referring to my mother as the body. Okay, so that's an official first statement that I gave to the Honduran consulate, since my mother's a Honduran citizen and that's the proper channels to go through. And that was done way back in July 2018. And so, in 2018. And so that information has already been shared. That is fact. So, on the night of June 26th, my mother died in Palenque, Chiapas, Mexico, while traveling with Legio Bishop and others. On June 27th, Legio Bishop called stating my mother died in her sleep. Our family was able to claim my mother. One of our family members was able to officially, legally claim my mother as a relative, so that the funeral director was able to prepare my mother, which means embalm her, and prepare her to be shipped back home to Honduras. Now, when I asked Eligio multiple times to mail my mother's ID, birth certificate, phone, and personal items to me, he said no, they are all keeping it. He has sent threatening things about me and my mother in writing on an online forum. He wrote, "You're dead. Stop worrying about material things. Your mother was dead long before she came down here to us. Don't worry about where we're located. You'll never find us in many lifetimes." And I have printed images of those statements.
And baby, if the ink wouldn't dry fast enough, if the ink couldn't dry fast enough on the spit, on the saliva of that stamp when you mailed that form to my address, I would be on your ass. It would take the Heavenly Father upstairs to guide me spiritually to not make it my duty. Not only how you return my mother was disrespectful, the thing that you're doing now by recording and posting them is disrespectful. But for you to say that about my mama to me and about me, because and the cliche and the narrative of how black people act when someone passes away, how ignorant we get and whatever, and angry and volatile. So that'd be a more type of excuse, more for me to get on your ass, because you was totally out of line. And from her character, she's not that type of person. But I'm quite sure they got one of them Pookies, Day Days, and Jaquans, and all them in her family. If I couldn't go seeking for you, because you're always online, if there's a place close nearby to where I reside, I'm going to beat your ass on the strength. All I am trying to do is retrieve my deceased mother's items. What do you want with her clothing? She was a voluptuous woman. Y'all are thin wind skin. Can y'all feel her stuff? And then her jewelry, and then her cell phone. Okay, I understand that. But those are that woman's daughter. That's that woman's mother items. If y'all had any type of passion and you said that you love her, why wouldn't you give this woman her mother's belongings? That's that punk ass shit I can't rock with. And like I said, it would take a lot for me not to seek after you and to get on your ass. Because yes, he's a man and she's a woman, and now I want to say a woman can't be the man. But baby, when you have lost your mother, and then on top of that, the things that he's doing keep piling up and disrespecting me and my mother, that energy is on another level. That adrenaline is pumping. So don't put it past that a woman can't whoop a man. That's hearsay.
in writing. These were the statements that he made in an online forum while streaming the phone calls of myself, and if not myself, my brother, my mom's husband at the time, and her best friend, family members that he called to tell them that my mom had passed away. He recorded those conversations without their knowledge and played them online in a public forum, and within that forum made these statements that I just said, to which I do have copies of those. So I have a few disturbing facts that I listed on my report to the consular. Of course, the first one, that Eligio turned in my mother without any clothing, and also not including any of her belongings to leave with her when they delivered my mother's body to the morgue. No legal papers for her, nothing. Eligio and the others also left the funeral home very quickly, I found out later. By the time our family was able to talk with the funeral director on the phone, Eligio and the others were gone. During these phone conversations with Eligio and Rambo, and Sheba and Velvet and Natural and whoever was on the speaker, which when I asked to speak to my mother's friends, who are my mother's friends? I want to speak to them and see what mom was doing. Then Alicia says, they're all right here. You're on speaker. Her whole family's right here. And they're all like, hi, we're all here. Okay, so I hear like 4 or 5 other voices. So some of these individuals were involved in moving my mother after she passed away and taking her to the morgue. But they didn't stay very long. So a lot of the time when we were talking to them, they probably already left. And they kept avoiding our questions that we asked. We wanted more details about what happened because my mom was a very active person before she arrived there. Sure, she did vegan eating before she arrived. She did vegetarian eating before she left to go there. But she was also a manager of a store. She worked 6 days a week. She traveled across the country a couple of times in the last year before she left to go there. So there were some details missing. She isn't just all of a sudden. Now, I did see a video in which she stated she stopped taking her medication. And it's very convenient to be able to capture someone in one moment saying that they stopped taking the medication. As many people know, with any heart medication, people do skip days and feel like maybe they can scale back, and then they switch back on to taking medication. Now, my mother did that from time to time, where she would see if she could not take some for a few days, and then she'd take them again. When my mother traveled to go with this group that we had never met, and who myself and my husband did not trust, none of my family members trusted this group. But when she left with about 2 months worth of medication with her. Now, someone who's traveling to go visit a place takes that much medication with them, just planning to continue to care for their health while they're there. And she made a very specific, conscious choice to make sure to fill that prescription and have those ready for her when she went down there. Okay. So, Aligio's friend Rambo, which I don't know his real name because he did not give one over the phone, claims to have contacted the police when mother died, like I stated. But he said he did not get the police report number or the officer's name. When I did ask him for, okay, well, can I get your first and last name? Hello, I'm talking to people who just informed me that my mom passed away and she's in a completely different country. Of course, I want to get the names of the people. Like, this is a serious situation. And when I ask for his first and last name, he doesn't say anything. It just becomes crickets. I asked what my mother was doing the night she died and the days leading up to it. Eligio said, we can't talk about that right now. We need to hurry, and they're waiting so that you can get the body. Velvet also said that. You need to hurry. You have to hurry. We don't have time to talk about that right now. And I'm like, where are my mom's friends? And they're like, we're all her friends. It's her and Sheba. I don't know if she had a different name, but we're all here. We're here. And so I asked again, well, what was she doing? And nobody could say anything. They said, we can't talk about that right now. What I want to explain is that at the same time that I'm having these conversations with them, my family is frantically working to see how they can make the official channels to claim my mother, which takes quite a bit of steps to authenticate papers and documentation and identity. And at the same time, they're in communication, my family's in communication with the funeral home and the embassy, getting all the right information. And yet, when I'm speaking to Legio and Velvet and Sheba and Rambo and Natural, maybe Tron on the phone, I just know I'm on speakerphone, there's a lot of people around. I tell them, my uncle is working on going through the proper channels and is handling that. I have the time to speak on this. We are not wasting time doing this. He's handling one thing, so stop interrupting my uncle's conversations, my uncle's calls, and let him focus on getting that done and take care of my mother. You guys can talk to me right now. We are here and we can answer these questions. But they would never want to answer them. So it was on July 20th that Eligio played these audio recordings live on his online show. He also showed a written copy of her death certificate online. And you could hear each person crying as they found out my mother passed away, while thousands of people are watching this YouTube live feed. Okay. First of all, I'm not in the world of carbonation. I just know that there was a lot of things that were distrustworthy about it. And so I always questioned and warned my mother about going, but she lives on the other side of the country. And she's a very kind person, and I'm sure that whatever information was given to her in a certain way made it seem as if they were good people. And my mom would probably give people the benefit of the doubt, even though she was seeing and hearing these negative things. At least you always had an explanation for it to explain it away. And so given that situation, I don't understand why he felt the need to play sorrowful messages of individuals finding out that someone close to them had just died. And while doing this and showing this written copy, being extremely arrogant, uncaring, definitely, and unethical. This is very disturbing. And I'm not spending my time just searching for this type of video to watch. Someone told me this guy is on here playing phone calls of your family, crying, discovering that your mom has passed. And so then we turned it on to see, and I could see and hear them, which was very, very cool. So I didn't watch that. There's no way, because those types of conversations are not meant to be replayed. They're not meant to be reheard, and I don't need to sit there and listen to them, because no one should have heard those. They should not have been recorded. In any case, I do have copies of the types of things he was saying on the stream. Now, for some people, they'll talk about this written copy. What I can say that an official death certificate has many, many avenues to go through to become certified, okay? And rest assured that our family has received a certified copy, okay? If you're seeing something in writing, that's probably just an intake form. And so the information from when I saw it in 2018 seemed to match, but it was like a written intake form, okay? It's not an official death certificate. We have an officially certified death certificate, okay? So he does not have that. That looks to be some written intake form that they completed at the morgue. It's not something that can be used for anything. It's not official. It's not certified. It's just informational. So that's what I can say on that. I also just let them know that Eligio Bishop is a U.S. citizen that has gotten into trouble throughout Central America, arrested in Costa Rica, fought with police, trouble in Honduras, and fled, and now Mexico. And that he's a danger and needs to be found professionally. When my mom went to visit Carbonation, she went and landed in Belize. And yet, they moved around quite a bit to the point that they ended up in Mexico, which was never her first intention, first of all. So apparently this group moves around a lot. So that's already one scenario that was not in my mom's plan. Number two, when my mother had decided she was going to go and do this, we discussed talking about staying constant contact with each other, and including doing video chatting or Skype communication regularly because she was working on eating more naturally. She was going to cut off her relaxed hair, and we were going to discuss some different natural hair care because I and my family have been utilizing a formula that I have been working on for years at this point already. So my mom already knew about this and was very happy about that. And I told her that I was going to send something for her, and she was like, yes, we can Skype regularly, we can do a natural hair journey. So this was the intention that my mom had. Contact with the outside world, constant communication, that we were going to talk regularly, and she was going to just be living naturally and maybe learning some different energy. Okay. And then the communication definitely stopped, where I was texting her a lot and I wasn't getting any responses back. Eventually, probably after a month and a half or so, I got some kind of communication in her Facebook Messenger, but very minimal, to the point that I wondered if it was even my mother. And then all of her postings changed on Facebook to being something different, like very much focused on rhetoric and quotations from teachings of Eligio or his group, which seems very unnatural for my mother. And anyone that knew my mom and was family members all questioned that. We definitely all did. Another thing I'll say that was planned, like I stated, she took her medication with her for a huge supply. And so she was definitely planning on taking care of her health, even if she was trying out some different eating methods. That was never her intention, to just throw everything away and feel like she was at the end of her life, because she wasn't. My mother was only 59 years old, and she was very vibrant, like I stated. In any case, the contact that we had with carbonation was very dangerous. It was very... his interactions with individuals just didn't seem right. And what I noticed is that they tried to have the women look very happy, or the women look like they're doing great. So it kind of makes you feel like maybe this is okay, but the things he says just sounds very idiotic, and very overpowering, to the point that you're aggressive and lording over the individuals that you're around in your group. And you definitely never felt comfortable with my mom going down there for anything like this. So in any case, some of the things we asked Eligio during that live stream, I have like 6 different copies of the type of sentences he said. Of course, the live stream, who knows where it went, and all the comments disappear after a while. But what you'll see is we've got quite a few people that liked and loved what Nature Boy stated, Eligio Bishop stated that was very cruel and rude. And so a lot of people still support these individuals. And so, we never had a positive reflection or a positive vibration from this group. Always concerned and worried, and very, very sad and heartbroken that my mom is no longer with us.
Okay, you guys. Well, we got 9 more minutes, but like yesterday, I was recording, and I went over an hour and something, and I think like 30 minutes or maybe 40 minutes of the end of my live I did yesterday. It was totally mute, and I don't know why it was muted, but I'm working from this tablet that I got, not my cell phone no more. So um, I had went through the settings or nothing like that, so I don't understand how come that part was muted or whatever. If it was a problem with YouTube, they would have sent me an email and told me about it. So yeah, this has been long enough. If like I said, you guys want to hear, like I said, it was only 9 more minutes left, and I just want to give out you guys the insight on how he treated this woman that she came into this trying to heal herself from her a health issue that she had, and she thought that he was going to heal her, which absolutely he fucking did not, and she wound up passing away. And then how he treated um and be in communication with people that love her, her family members, and posting their recordings online and sending her those messages. It was, I mean, I don't know how she reacted at that moment or did she responded, but like I said, in that time that would happen, I would have been so furious. I would have been so angry. I would have been outraged. I would have to do a lot of praying and talking to God because I would have been so filled with anger because he knew that this woman was loved. He knew that she had people that care about her. And I think he was jealous of that. So I think he wanted her family to hurt even more on some of the pain that he experienced over his life growing up. That's my personal opinion. So like I said, you guys, and the posts that I do about Nature Boy Elikio Bishop, if you're going to join a group or a cult like entity, make sure that the leader, the teacher, is giving you guys proper etiquette, education. It's of God, it's of value, it's of love, it's of healing, spiritual. If you're broken and you have trauma, make sure it gets brought up, but you guys tackle it the best way that you guys can, individual or in a group. But don't pile on and keep piling on more and more trauma on top of trauma and bring in drama. You guys are free to do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, if you're going to join a cult like group or whatever, make sure that they're teaching of love and spiritual and growth, that you guys are going to get something positive out of it. It's going to heal you. You're going to learn valuable things, not nothing that you're fighting with other people. You might have, verbal um, arguments and stuff like that, but you guys are able to talk through it. Don't let it fester in your mind and linger. Tackle it head on, talk it out, come to a common ground, and leave it be. So, just do your own research and take whatever that you have to before you make that decision and going forth and to joining a group of people.